Well, good morning, everybody.
President Obama says painful choices must be made to put America's fiscal house in order.
Called for a freeze on annual domestic spending over the next 5 years. This freeze would cut the deficit by more than $400 billion over the next decade, bringing this kind of spending, domestic discretionary spending, to its lowest share of our economy since Dwight Eisenhower was president.
The president's budget mandates cuts in defense spending, environmental protection, and many other government endeavors. It assumes robust economic growth in coming years and limits tax deductions for the wealthy as well as corporate tax breaks. Overall projected deficit reduction totals more than $1 trillion over 10 years. At the same time, the proposed budget expands funding for infrastructure projects, clean energy initiatives, and educational priorities. Speaking at a primary school in Baltimore, Maryland, Mr. Obama said America must continue to invest with an eye to the future.
Because I'm convinced that if we outbuild and out-innovate and out-educate, as well as out-hustle the rest of the world, the jobs and industries of our time will take root here in the United States. Our people will prosper, and our country will succeed.
Republicans promptly blasted the president's budget blueprint, saying it will add more than $7 trillion to the national debt over the coming decade and push America to financial ruin. Republican Representative Paul Ryan is chairman of the House Budget Committee.
It is not too late to right our ship and get our economy growing, get our debt headed in the right direction, and get America's fiscal problems solved. But if we keep postponing this, if we keep punting like this budget does, then there will come a moment where it is too late.
Republican legislators have yet to craft an alternative 2012 budget of their own, but are intent on slashing current federal spending and promise to keep cutting until fiscal woes are solved.
The debt crisis is caused by spending, not taxes. And so let's go where the problem is, and that's spending.
President Obama maintains that deep spending cuts favored by Republicans would harm America's future economic prospects and unfairly force the poor and vulnerable to bear the cost of years of fiscal excess. Republicans counter that a bloated federal government and ever-expanding national debt will destroy the country, harming everyone, rich and poor alike. Economists say neither side in the budget debate has yet to embrace badly needed reforms to programs that provide income and health care assistance to retirees, the costs of which are expected to skyrocket in coming years. They argue until those costs are contained, America's fiscal and economic health will continue to suffer. The first congressional budget votes could come as early as next week, but a final deal, if one can be struck, is likely months away. Michael Bowman, VOA News.